Hi, this is Amy Lewis.
Maybe more makeup.
This is Engineers Unplugged.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this edition of Engineers Unplugged. I'm here with JP from Cisco and Greg from Glue Networks. What are we here to talk about today, guys?
We're talking about onePK.
Awesome, let me hand it over to you.
Thank you, Janelle. So let's talk about onePK. onePK is a device-level API that lets application developers write programs using C, Java, and Python to tap into the rich set of intelligence that we've built into our devices over the past 30 years. A little bit about the onePK architecture. We have three different layers. We have the abstraction layer, the communications layer, and the presentation layer. The abstraction layer sits within our network devices and services incoming API calls. The communications layer is responsible for marshaling and the transport of data that comes from the applications to the network elements. This communications layer lets us run applications in multiple hosting environments. We can run completely off-box or on the devices within a blade environment, or even directly on the route processor within a container environment. The presentation layer is actually where the SDK is. This is where we have the language bindings that allows the application developers to write in their multiple programming languages. So this isn't all just rainbows and unicorns. We actually have real partners using this technology. One such partner is Glue Networks, and I have Gregg here from Glue to talk about what they're doing with the APIs in their products.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jason. So what I'm here to talk about today is how Glue Networks makes use through our product Glueware of the onePK capability that Jason just described to you. So looking at our architecture, we're a cloud-based orchestration engine, and with cloud-based orchestration engine, we move you away from the traditional way by which people would set up and interact with Cisco devices, ASRs, ISRs. In the past, people typically would make use of CLI through scripts to push and interact directly with the boxes, but with Glueware, what we added is the ability to set up templates and describe your network in the cloud, and then from that, go down and absolutely provision devices. You can make use of traditional CLI. You can also make calls through the SDK that Jason mentioned for onePK for interacting with the devices so we can get information about what's happening with those. And likewise, we're able to make calls through the APIC EM, which in turn can go to onePK and talk to devices as well. So I think the power of having this capability that Jason described, having C, Java, Python as communication mechanisms, is the developers can move from the traditional device interaction using the command line interface to a more programmatic way of interacting with these devices. And so you write directly from the cloud to the onePK capability that's running on the boxes, which in turn interacts with the box to both push information onto the device or read information from the device that in turn can be summarized and be handled for monitoring inside our cloud at large. The other big advantage that we're taking advantage of onePK on is that as we create and add new capabilities to the device, upon detecting that onePK is present, our engineers are able to then write specific capabilities into our tool that will take advantage of onePK to handle change management. And that way you're monitoring, managing, and ultimately keeping your network up to speed with what you've got from your IT policy perspective.
How exciting. I absolutely love this whole concept. You know what it is time for? You know? It's unicorn time.
Unicorn.
Who's going to do it?
We'll have Gregg do it.
All right, Greg, take it away. This is a very special unicorn. It's a glunicorn. I completely agree. Excellent. All right. Totally cool. Look at him. He's probably the best unicorn I've seen. So thank you guys so much, and thanks for watching Engineers Unplugged.